Alright, so still working on the Zaku R6 custom, and I took the time to give it a little bit more detail that you're seeing here right now. Let me just zoom in on the leg a bit. Somebody commented there was not enough detail in the leg, and I wholly, agreed with this, so I decided to put more detail. Feet didn't feel like doing a lot of stuff to it, but I did put like these two side little panels here in the back, and the side and the back, of course. Let me just remove this because I haven't committed to the gluing yet on this. Let me just remove some of this sticky tack. So using these styrene sheets that were left over, I cut a series of patterns, used it to decorate the side of this. There's a little bit of stuff sticking out because, Zaku body is very curvature, it's very curvy in certain areas, especially around the legs. So even though you could do it flat, sometimes it doesn't look good, and then you have to bend some parts. I was able to achieve that on a few parts, but certain parts won't bend. So these are already dried. Eventually what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to take my sanding brick and just lightly pass it over so it's nice and, I can smooth it out a bit. Just smooth it out. And I have smaller sanding pads and everything like that, because clearly when you put glue on this, glue tends to seep out and about around the area. So I'm just going to sand those areas out so it's nice and smooth. Put detail here, here. We know that here is the two thrusters, so I'm not going to have to do anything else here. On the side here, I put these plates there. Some detail around here and here. These are these little parts, these little styrene sheets, which I cut very, very slowly. And I made hundreds of these, but of course when you start cutting little styrene sheets, they have a tendency of ping, go someplace else, and they go, oh, damn it, that was a good part to cut. So you have to do it again, and do it again, and do it again, and then you go ping, 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 all over the place. Here I put some more detail on the calf armor. The waist, after putting these two, those four parts there, I said let me just put some smaller parts there, and then little dots there, then here. Put some stuff over here, and just up here, some there. The forearms right there. I mean on the bicep armor. Now I took this arm and I opened it up because the one thing I've noticed, and this is on all, I believe on all high grade Zaku kits, Zaku 2 kits, these two parts are two parts, and there's a seam line right in the middle. I think I remember cheating on my first Zaku, where I actually put a plate over it to cover up the seam line, which was okay at the time. But this time what I did was I put more glue on this, and I squeezed it for a good maybe 5 minutes. I did cut some plates open, but I'm going to wait until it dries, get the sanding sticks, and begin sanding it down. Not only here, because this is a flat area here. Let me see if you guys can see that. This one here. But I also have these curvature parts, which is going to be a pain in the ass, especially where I may end up damaging or wiping out the panel lining here, where the separation is. And then of course this will be painted on with this part here, because this whole part is connected inward, and I can easily go in and snip off the connectors so I can slide them in, kind of like what I did, if anybody remembers, kind of like what I did with the Gym Gyms. The Gym Gyms had that same issue, but I didn't feel like doing that. I said let me just keep it in there for now. I'm going to take this apart, of course, and do the same thing like I did here. Yeah, so far this came out alright, and how it designed overall. I haven't touched the weapons yet, especially, you know, these guys. I did detail here, which I'm going to clean up a bit, put a little more detail around it. I just don't know what parts I have to use it as detail. I've been actually thinking of scratch building something, but I just don't know what. What doesn't, you know, I'm like thinking, what can I use for scratch building? It eventually will come to me. I know I'll see something and I go, oh, okay, I could use that. But right now I haven't seen anything yet, so let's just continue working on with what I got, and we'll go from there and see how it looks. But what do you guys think of this for now? It's okay? Alright. Okay, so I began modifying a little bit of the over-the-shoulder cannons. Found some of these parts, put them on here. I have something to go there, which I haven't cut yet. Probably put a little more detail around here, something around there. And then I did this little section here, like a little sight or tube thing. Looks good there. Used the hobby knife to cut a wedge there and give it a little more detail there. Normal, if I'd have left it normal, it would have looked like this, which wouldn't look right. And I thought I had, I had some small parts that I could put on. The only small parts I had were these Kotobukiya plate type. They're thrusters, as you can see here, but they're more. If you flip it on the other side, they have more detail to it. And I didn't use it on this one. Instead, I decided to use it on this one, gave it a little bit more detail look there. I was putting something on this, it looks okay. Put something here, don't know if I'll put something up there. But yeah, that looked pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, I was trying something interesting, and I'm going to use this as an example. So I'm going to put this here. And as much as this has very good detail, I always thought maybe what would happen if you put something from here to here, or around it, or something in it, because there's a little gap there, and I have this little weird part that was from, I believe, some part that I don't remember, and it fits like that, but doesn't look right, you know. I have another one which goes on the other side, but still. It doesn't feel right, and for whatever reason that fits in there. I can't seem to get it to fit the other way. Well, then again, it is on an angle. This side is too thicker than the other side, so I'm not going to waste that time for that. I decided to custom make some parts, and I took that tube thing that I just showed you, and I made this. So this was at first I encased it in a way where it was like a little wedge type thing, and then it was in an angle and all that stuff, and it came out nice in one piece, but the other piece came out off a bit. It was too off, so I just cut them off at the tip, and I'm going to put a plate over it. I don't know if I use this one or the other one. And the whole purpose of these two was to do, well, you know, put one there and there, but it didn't come out right the way I imagined it. The other way would have been like that, and then it would be this. Then I would have to make two more of these, and I don't think I have any more of these too. So I may end up like putting it there like this as an extra detail. I just need to figure something out here so it looks tangible. It looks interesting. Yeah, Still a work in progress for this. I'm trying to figure what to do with this. It was an interesting idea. Again, I was going to do just one side and then leave the other side, but then it wouldn't have made any sense on how it would look, because then I would have to have it on both sides. Yeah, I'm not giving up these two little parts. I'm going to probably use it on something else. So I have to figure something else for this so it doesn't look so blah. Alright. Work in progress. Okay. So here is something that I'm looking for right now and I can't find. There it is. Alright, we'll do it again. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here's my final look of what the R6 Custom would look like. I don't want to call it full armor. I want to call it something else. I've been floating some names in the air. One would be Standoff Zaku or Siege Zaku, but I think all those titles may have been used in the past, so I don't know. Maybe you guys can think of a good name, and you can comment down below and see what sticks. It'd be nice to figure this out. But the detail, as you can see, looks pretty good, especially in the gun. Let me just bring it up here. Put some more detail on the gun here and there. I was thinking for the Panzerfaust, I was going to put, and I'm going to take this out here for a second. I was going to put like a piece of plate here and put one plate over the other, and once everything is glued, using a hobby knife begin to cut and shape it and mold it. But I'm thinking I have putty, so I may end up putting putty and then begin to mold it a bit here and there. May end up doing that. So that, but I don't know if maybe that's a good idea, because as I'm putting this here, it may wedge onto the area, so I may just cover it up, just give it a flat cover. The cannons came out really nice with more detail on it than I can, and those pistons, I decided to put it in there. As you can see, those came out really nice too. I'm going to put some more stuff here. I don't know what else to put. Maybe put a little one here, I don't know. These are now officially glued, and with the thrusters here, I'm not going to glue them on. I'm just going to wedge them there a bit so it could show them what it looks like. This will, of course, allow me to pop it out later on to glue them. Yeah, that looks nice. Now the missiles. What I did was, like I said, I took one of the styrene sheets and I had it wrapped around and held in by a clip for a couple of days, so it actually conformed to that. And then I just cut a specific diameter and glued it on. The only thing is though that it's not a perfect circle, and that's a big issue when you do something like that, because you'll know that a little lip tends to come up, and if you glue it and you have to hold it down with your finger, the glue will stick to your finger and then whatnot. So I put like some plate there, here and there. I put an styrene sheet that was like one of those H-beams as a railing, so it could even out the missile and hold on, and I glued it onto the support railing there. And some detail in the front, and I think that's pretty much it. Now, trying to get it to pose like this may not be the best thing, because the arm itself is not strong enough unless you put this missile here on the side of the leg, and then it looks good like that. But that is not strong enough to hold the weight. And I was actually putting in some pegs here inside this area, but I forgot that once you put pegs in there to hold this in, you can't like take that and open it up and put them in there because you'll break the plastic. So it was I had to peel it off, and I'm gonna have to end up sanding it down, or I may just glue them on. That's another idea. I may glue them on. Just wondering what to do with that. I'm thinking of putting something there to support it up or anything like that. But overall, everything's good. I began sanding down some of the parts that I just mentioned before. Just cleaning it up. I just realized I don't have that. I don't have all the sanding sticks with me. All my sanding sticks are like 400 grit. I have a 600 grit and whatnot, but I need to smooth out specific small areas where the glue bleeded out, and then I had to soften it up. I need to sand it down to soften it up a bit. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. I really do. I glued this on, and that has to be sanded down as well. So yeah, this was really nice. Now, this is where I'm going to end the video, because, in truth be told, I thought I had the paints for this, and instead I had other paints for another kit, which I'm going to start building for the month of August, in anticipation of something that a YouTuber will announce soon. So I won't say who it is. I will prepare this video for this. But for this kit, like I said before, I may just build it, prepare it, sand it down, and then I may prime it. And then just leave it that is, and then I'll move on to painting it once I'm in the new place. So yeah, this R6 came out really nice. How it came out, I can't wait to paint it, but not now. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to prepare it. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to sand it down. I'm going to prepare for priming, and then from there we'll figure out, because I have no idea what to paint it yet. I had some ideas, but again, I have to flush it out. So there you have it. My Zaku 2 Type 6 R6 is now complete. Custom, that is. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys all have a great day.